Hello everyone, my name is Victoria and I am co-owner of OTR Smokehouse. We're a little food truck with big dreams, serving really good food of the smoked grilled variety. And we have our amazing sauces. Um, so yesterday I talked about my favorite app called EventPin. It's a new app, so we really need to get the word out about it so that way other people can join in the fun. Because, the more people you have at a party, the more fun it is, right? I don't know, maybe not. At any rate, I hope that those of you who watched the video, if anyone, found some value in it and maybe checked out EventPin for yourself to see what you thought about it. The more people that start adding their events to EventPin, the bigger it grows, right? So, on that note, I'm going to talk about how you create an event on EventPin. So yesterday we talked about from the consumer side of how you can pick an age range, you can pick a particular date, you can pick a particular location, and different categories. There's a drop-down menu of all kinds of categories for something specific you might be looking for. Like a good bar crawl. So since we went over that yesterday, I thought today I'd talk about from the creator standpoint, the business owner, the one who's wanting to create an event on EventPin. Now, I am not tech savvy, so technology has a way of being difficult for me, but we're going to get through this together. So, what you do first is you go to EventPin. And you have to create a profile for yourself, kind of like Facebook. So you make a profile all up about you, and then you go under that and you create a profile for your business, your charity, your school. So schools have started using EventPin to talk about when the school will be like, if you go eat at this particular place and let them know that you're eating for us or whatever, then, they get monies back. So you can put those things in there too. It's very fun. So once you've created your profile and then you create your business profile, and it'll look like that right there. So you have me, which has a picture, and then you have your business, which I'm hoping in the future will be able to be a picture as well. And then I'll switch them around. I'll put me as for me, and then I'll put my business logo for the business. Now, I might have said in a video on here, I don't know if it matters, but I said I wasn't going to change our Facebook profile picture or our cover photo, that I always leave it the same, and then I went and changed things. Yeah, sorry guys, but it's not going to change again. That's it. And I changed it because, like in this logo, you can only see mostly the OTR part. And for years that was not a big deal to me. It's whatever. But since now I'm trying to get on all these different platforms, including this lovely platform here of YouTube, their profile picture sizes vary and their cover photo sizes vary as well, or splash background, whatever. So I did create a new profile picture so you can see our entire name, and it can be adjusted for all the various sizes for all the platforms. And then I had to make a fancy thing for the YouTube background cover, whatever thing. So I did change it on all the platforms. So all OTR Smokehouse social media pages will have the same profile picture and the same cover splash background picture. So I did work on that. I did figure that out, and I think they look nice, but you can let me know what you think. So back to creating. So you've got your two profiles set up. Now, as an organization, you want to start pinning your events so people can find you. So you just go to the three. So there's always the three bars. That's your drop-down menu. It's on the upper left corner. and you can drop down and it has where you can view your organization, make sure everything's all right, or you can edit your organization, say something changes for your name, your logo, your whatever. Maybe you added a new social media, you can edit it there. Then you have your events, and then you have your users. So I guess it's kind of like admins on Facebook. You have other users who can put information into your organization's events. I don't know. It's just me doing the thing, so I haven't messed with users. And then it has the followers. So on EventPin, like us, you might want to follow your favorite food truck to see where they're going to be and what they're doing. There's a follow button. So you can follow that organization and keep up with the events that they're going to be doing in the future. Uh, so I have no followers yet, but that's okay. I'm hoping one day that I'll have subscribers here and I'll have followers there, and build a community of like-minded people who enjoy some really good food. Our meat comes at you naked, you sauce it how you want. So anyway, so I want to create an event. So what I will do is I will go into my drop down. I guess I'll show it to you if I can. Oh, there it is. Woohoo. And of course it's going to be backwards, but you just so you can get an idea. And so yeah, so I go to my events. And then at the top on the right, it'll have a list of all your events. If you've already put in, events, it'll have them all listed out. And in this area is where you can add events. You can look into the events you have listed already and edit those events if like the time changes, maybe a location changes, or maybe it cancels altogether. There's a little pencil, the edit button. You can go in and edit and change whatever needs to be changed. So yeah, so what you do is you click on add event. So you see I have right there, add event. It's on the left, upper left, and you just click on that, and then you fill out all the information that's required, right? For your event, anything that anyone will want to know. So, the name of your event, like since I'm a food truck, I will put like Wood County Board of Developmental Disabilities 7th Annual Community Event with OTR Smokehouse. Or I'll put OTR Smokehouse at whatever the event is. Unless we're setting up by ourselves and it's just OTR Smokehouse at like Advanced Auto, because we set up at Advanced Auto on Mondays to make Mondays brighter for people. At least that's the goal. Okay, so you put in the event name, and then it has where you can put a picture or a file. So like the farmers market, they'll have a nice little graphic and they'll have a list of all the vendors that they have. So I'll put that in here, and they'll be like the cover photo or whatever, the photo that everyone sees to try and lure you in. Sometimes I'll put a picture of like where we're set up, like I take pictures of where we're set up at, so I can use them for things like this later, like at OTR Smokehouse at Advanced Auto, and I'll have a picture of us set up at Advanced Auto and all the things. You put in your start date, your start time, your end date, your end time. Unfortunately, all good things have to come to an end at some point, right? It could be an overnight event, it could be a week event, but it eventually ends. Yeah, you can't just do the same event forever. So yeah, just having some fun. So then you put your location name. So if I put OTR Smokehouse at the top at Community Festival, down here is where I can get specific of where exactly it's at, like the Wood County Board of Developmental Disabilities, and then you put their address so that way people can click on it and find you. They also have where you can put a link to the event. So let's say the Wood County Board of DDs, they have their event on Facebook. So you can copy that Facebook link and put it in here. And then people can click on that link, go directly to the event, and maybe learn some more about it. Maybe even like, click the I'm going button, or put this on my Google Calendar button, whatever. So they really tried to make this easy peasy. especially for the end user. For me, sometimes, well, I'm not very smart with the technology, so sometimes we fight, but I eventually win. I'm gonna win. It might take me a while, but I'm gonna defeat it, right? So then you can put a description. So, like the Wood County Board of DDs, I'll just go to their Facebook page and I'll kind of copy and paste what they put and then put it in here. Because usually when we're doing events for someone else, usually they have the best verbiage. They know all the things are going to be available at their event. And if I just go by memory, I'll forget. Like earlier, I put in a DJ, but really they have live music, and that's a big difference, between a DJ and live music. So you put in a description of what the things are. Let's say I'm going to be set up at Advanced Auto just selling some really good food. It's not really a big event thing, it's just us selling food. So maybe here in the description, I put our menu. Maybe in where I can put, I choose a file, put a picture or whatever, or a file. Maybe I'll put a picture of our menu for the day because we don't serve all the things at the same time. Our meats rotate, but our sides are always the same. So that way I can let people know, hey, this is what we're planning on having. Chances are that that area will probably be empty up until closer to the date of us setting up, because it all depends on our supply and what we can get. So, and then you put in your parking information, like is there going to be ample parking? Is it only side street parking? Is it only parallel parking? Is it only parking garage? Whatever. You can let your audience know that this is the parking or what kind of parking is available. And it has an age range, so 0 to 65. But, and I feel that's important to know. I feel it's important to get right because I don't know if you watched the video from yesterday, but yesterday I talked about a place they're having an event from like 10 o'clock at night until 1 o'clock the next morning. They're going to have all kinds of DJs and all kinds of fun drinks. And you get to the bottom, it says for all ages. And it's like, no, that's not for all ages. That's for like 21 and up. Or maybe they're allowing 18-year-olds in. That might be good to know before you go to the event. At any rate, I feel, as a mom, that that's pretty important to put in there and have it right. So once you've got all your information in, then you push the little add button down here at the bottom and it adds the event. And then the last thing you do is you have a little box that comes up and it says, how much is this event? If it's a concert, it might be like $20. Or maybe the parking's not free, so you put in a price for that, and then it gives you a description. Why are you paying money? Well, the concert costs as much, or the garage parking, or there's metered parking, or you're just looking for $5 to whatever. That's where you can put the financial parts. And yep, and then you push add and it adds it, and then you let them know, okay, that's done, let's save it, and it adds it to your events. So that way, when you go to your events, it'll have it there. So I put this one in earlier. It's our 7th annual Wood County Board of DDs and when it is and whatnot. And since it's so far away from June, they don't have like an event link yet, and they don't have an updated picture for their event. So once they do that, I'll go in and edit, and I'll include their picture for their event, and I'll include a link to their event. So, but that's it. That's it. Now it's a little time consuming typing all these in. I find it's better to do it on the laptop. And then I have Facebook pulled up because that's where most of the events are going to be at that you can find, that I know of, to link to the EventPin. And then I have the EventPin page up. So when I need to put the address in, I go to the Facebook page, I copy it, and then I paste it to the EventPin page. I go to their description of the event, I copy that, and I go to EventPin page, and then I throw that in there. I'll change the words a little bit though when I move their description over to this side, just to, kind of mix it up a little bit, right? That way people aren't reading the same exact thing in both places. But yeah, and that's it. And then your event has a little pen in the, oh yeah, push done. And then when you're done with everything and you want to go back to the main, the map and everything with all the pins, up at the top it'll say done. At least for the tablet, it'll have up at the top left, I noticed a done button. I don't think it does that on the laptop. I think you just back up. But as you play with it, you'll learn it. You'll learn your own little tricks to make it good. And yeah, and the more categories you use, I feel like helps you get that event to more eyeballs. So instead of just putting food truck for that event, I put that there's a food truck, that there's going to be vendors, live music, it's a community meeting kind of a thing. Any category that seemed to fit with it. And if I can get 4 or 5, I think that's very beneficial, because someone could just be looking for a community event and not the others, but that one will come up. Or someone's just looking for food trucks, then it'll come up. So yeah, kind of like the Google searches. The more keywords you put in, the more likely you're going to be found on the Googles. So yeah, so I hope you guys found this beneficial. I did much better with you with this video than I did with the YouTube live I did earlier. Yeah, it was operator error. The operator of the thing was having all kinds of issues, and so I'll probably end up doing another live, a better live for the Facebook to explain it better and maybe not have so many mess ups. I just should have played with it more. It's been since last summer that I really messed with it, and I should have messed with it a bunch before I went live with it. But this is all part of me learning how to do these things and growing. And yeah, so I think I kept you here long enough, and I really appreciate you being here with me today. And if you enjoyed the video, please give it a like. If you want to see me, if I get better or not, subscribe. And if you think someone else might benefit from this video, please give it a share and let them know about it. And yeah, definitely look up EventPin and put it in your on your phone. And hopefully, if I can help spread the word of mouth across the nation, at least, maybe we can have some more little event pins popping up. And that would be great, because then when you take a trip somewhere, you'd be like, oh, look, there's this little thing going on that I would have never found except for EventPin. So yeah, so thank you and have a great day. Bye.